After World War II, a lot of intellectuals wondered how the atrocities that had been committed during that period had been possible, and especially how we can avoid it happening again. One of the conclusions at which some thinkers arrived was that what lies at the source of conflicts are people who are convinced of having the truth. Someone who thinks that he has the truth is a dangerous person because he will try to impose his views on others. And when two groups of people are convinced of having the truth but they disagree with each other, then this will lead to fights and war. Postmodern thinkers, as they came to be known, thought that if we want to have a peaceful society, we have to make sure that there are no extremists who claim to have found the truth. And the most efficient way of achieving this goal is to teach people from the very beginning that there is no such thing as the truth. There are only opinions, preferences, feelings. Everybody has his own truth, and it makes no sense to claim that you are more right than others. This denial of objective truth in favor of subjective views is often called relativism, and it is an important element of postmodern thought. According to postmodern thinkers, this is the name of the game in order to have a peaceful society. You keep your convictions to yourself. You may think and believe whatever you want as long as you let other people think and believe whatever they want, without trying to claim that you are right and the others are wrong. In fact, any such claim is simply naive or plainly stupid. Since there is no objective truth at all, it makes no sense to claim to have found the truth. I have given until now a very simplistic description of postmodernism, but the trend of thought I have described permeates the whole of the Western world. One example of this is the postmodern approach to religion. One thing that you may often hear is that it doesn't matter what you believe in terms of religion. The important thing is to respect each other and to be good and caring towards others. Whether you are Muslim or Hindu or Christian, whether you believe in one God or 10 gods or no God at all, it doesn't really matter. All religions are essentially the same, and it makes no sense to give arguments for your faith or to try to explain to other people why you believe what you believe. Religion is a matter of feelings, a way of giving meaning to your life. In the postmodern view, if you need religion in order to be happy or feel safe, be my guest, right? There is no true religion, so just believe whatever makes you happy. But remember to keep it to yourself. Pray to whomever you want in your home, but don't annoy other people with your religion. Another example of postmodern influence are the current debates about gender theory and transgenderism. If I told you that I am a woman, you may reply that I don't look like a woman. I have a beard, there is something hanging between my legs, and so forth. And therefore, you may tell me that, in fact, I am not a woman, I am a man. The problem is that at that point, you are trying to impose your truth on me. You deny my personal conviction that I am a woman and claim that I am objectively a man. And that goes right against the rules of the game that we agreed to play in society. So by doing so, you are in some way a dangerous extremist, someone who should be removed from the public discourse or cancelled, as it is sometimes called, in interest of the peace of society and of avoiding conflicts. One could carry on giving examples, but I hope that by now the influence of postmodernism in our current culture is clear. After saying all this, I would like to explain why I am personally not a fan of the postmodern approach. The first and most important criticism is that postmodernism is deeply inconsistent. When we claim that there is no objective truth, what we are really claiming is that it is objectively true that there is no truth. This is not just me playing a game with words trying to sound intelligent. It is a deep problem that is becoming more and more evident every day. One of the main motivations for postmodernism was avoiding authoritarian regimes, people imposing their views on others by force. But what we are seeing nowadays is that postmodernists themselves have become the new authorities, telling others what they may say or may not say, cancelling intellectuals, labeling people who disagree with them as extremists, and so forth. A thinker who brought this problem strongly into the public attention was Joseph Ratzinger, also known as Pope Benedict XVI. He used to speak of the dictatorship of relativism, to point out the hypocrisy of those who claim to be very humble when they say that human beings are not able or not capable of knowing the truth, while at the same time implying that every single human being who disagrees with them in this point is wrong. As you may expect, Pope Benedict XVI didn't make a lot of friends among the opinion leaders of his time, and he was severely criticized from the beginning to the end of his pontificate, sometimes by people who had clearly never read a book by him. My second criticism is that a postmodern worldview may lead people to live rather depressing and meaningless lives. The search for truth is a fundamental element of the human condition. The goal of education is precisely to help young people in their search for truth in their lives by giving them the tools that they need to think critically about the world and sharing with them what the great thinkers of the past have discovered. When your departing point is the denial of truth, then the only motivation for learning is a pragmatic one. You learn in order to have a job later on and earn money because you think that that is what will make you happy. This, in my view, is not a good plan. A much better plan is to teach people that we are all together searching for truth, that we are all sometimes right and sometimes wrong, that it is worth listening to people who strongly disagree with us, not only because we tolerate their views, but because we may learn from them. I hope that this video helped you to be more aware of one of the dominant philosophical trends in our society. If you have any thoughts on the topic, feel welcome to leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe. Take care and see you in the next video.